When I did the walk to old Kagoshima town, I ended up coming to this part of the bridge over the Inari River, and I had mentioned that there was a park at the other side of this hill. Well, I'm going to start from where I ended on that walk, and I'm going to double back a little bit to go around the hill. Not sure what's happening, but I think the camera is turning off on me every couple seconds right after I turn it on, so I may have just lost a little bit of video of the main shrine. But these are the small portable shrines. Usually get taken out during street festivals. There haven't been that many festivals lately. Stone Bridge is next door, so let's go there. So this is Koraibashi, or Korai Bridge. We have the specific bridge construction details. Oh, this is in Japanese, so I'm not going to try reading it. But it's a typical stone arch bridge, originally constructed in the 1800s by one architect that did 5 of the bridges in the Kagoshima area. A few of them were up over the Kosuke River. One was washed out by flooding and fire, and the others were dismantled and moved down here in order to make room for more modern constructions back in the mid-1900s. Just to give a general idea of the size of the bridge, the thing's about 4 times my height. And back in the 1700s and 1800s, when the river would flood because of wood washed down from the mountains in the area and piling up against the leg of the legs of the bridge, this entire thing would be completely blocked up, and force of the water would just, destroy the bridge. And the other side of the bridge. I'm going to stop here at one of the memorial markers. Japan learns her first lesson at the hands of a foreign power. The name Gion no Su comes from the Gion Shrine, Yasaka Jinja, on the mouth of the Inari River. Popular with successive Satsuma lords, it became one of the 5 great shrines. The Gion Festival, which imitates the festival of the Gion Shrine in Kyoto, still provides Kagoshima with a magnificent Shinto parade, which has been on hold for the last couple of years because of the pandemic. This area used to be Gion Beach, but Zusho Hirosato who reformed the clan under the 27th Lord Narioki, reclaimed this land for use as a military garrison. Later, the 28th Lord Nariakira set up a battery here, which was used in combat against the British. Satsuma opened fire on British ships at noon, July 2nd, and within 3 hours, both sides had suffered great losses. It was then that the British ship Racehorse, which had been attacking the battery in Gion no Su, went ashore right in front of the Satsuma soldiers' eyes. However, the battery had already been destroyed by the superior British cannon, and the soldiers could do nothing but let the ship be rescued. It is said that British casualties numbered 63 and those on the Satsuma side 13, but the city was in ruins. Having experienced firsthand the disparity between Britain's power and their own, Satsuma led the way in opening Japan to Western countries. So yeah, this used to be a cannon battery, one of 3. The other is down by Tempozan. The third is where the aquarium is now. Let's keep going. Here we have the second bridge, Tamaebashi. Slightly different construction than the first one we looked at. Tamaebashi is actually located over the Inari River right now. I'm going to walk around a little bit to get down to where the bridge is, but this is the mouth of the Inari River, so it's not really intended for people to walk around and look at the base of the bridge. Again, the idea was to try to prevent timber buildup from a mountain wash off farther up the river. But even with the protective struts, the bridges were still prone to flooding. Go back upstairs. And back up at street level, effectively. These were state-of-the-art, highly fashionable bridges at the time that they opened up in the 1800s. Looking back at Gion no Su, Gion Park. So part of this area is the old cannon battery. A lot of this land has actually been reclaimed. So 400 years ago or so, this was all water. We can see the Inari itself. So when the water level comes up, this will flood. We can continue down along the park edge, but there's really nothing to see to my left. Not a whole lot down in this area. Actually, the hill in the back is in front of Senganen, which is a very large regional park right now, but used to be the lands for the Satsuma family. And I guess they do still own part of the land, some of the buildings. The rest of it's been opened up as park. A lot of flower festivals and kimono events. They've got a big chrysanthemum event every so often. I haven't been over there too much because it's $10 to get inside. Sakurajima in the background. From what I understand, there was a large eruption yesterday. Threw a lot of ash up into the air, but I didn't see or hear anything myself at the time. I didn't know about it until this morning when I was reading Yahoo News. And this will take us back to the river itself, and I'll double back off in this direction to go to the main park entrance. Closer to the Inari itself, still within the Gion no Su park area. If I go down this way, and why not, we get to the landing site of Francis Xavier. Portugal was expanding its territory back a few hundred years ago, and they were doing a lot of trade in the East Asia area, as well as with Japan. And a lot of the trade was coming in from Tanegashima, which is the rocket launch site now. And the Jesuits decided that they were going to send a priest out in this area to try to win converts. I really don't know how to pronounce it, if it's Xavier Francis or Francis Xavier. I assume Francis Xavier. Everybody refers to him as Saint Francis or Saint Xavier. Well, when he came up through Kinko 1, he landed in this area. And there's a memorial marker for the actual landing site. This is the mouth of the Inari, and this is where Kagoshima sprang up. Originally it was a small port town, but the river silted up, so the port moved down towards Templozan. But if you can see the little white A-line ship, that's where Dolphin Port used to be. The area that's called Waterfront Park. There's a little kind of four-part triangular shaped building, white, that's the aquarium. Not a really large aquarium, but it's nice to visit sometimes, especially in the summer because it's air conditioned. This is going to take a couple minutes, so I might as well fast forward. So here's the main memorial. There used to be something that was more of a statue, multi-figured statue, and I don't see it. But this is the area that Xavier landed at. The brick building to the side here is a senior care center and recreational facility. They've got a soccer field, the sand court, and a couple baseball diamonds.